What's up, guys? Danny Lightning here, and today we're going to talk about, do voice actors actually need expensive microphones? And the answer is probably not. If you get a voice acting gig and you can supply the client with a really good sounding recording, they're not going to know or care what microphone you used. There may be times when you get a voice acting gig and they give you a list of approved microphones and say, hey, we would like you to use one of the microphones on this list. Well, if you don't, they're never going to know it. And as long as it sounds good and you send them a good quality recording, they will be very happy. I'm currently talking into a TechZone Audio Stellar X2 using a Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd generation audio interface. That's a total of less than $300 worth of equipment right there, and this is capable of recording professional quality voiceover. With this $300 microphone setup, I could easily shoot that movie trailer and be like, once in a land far, far away, there was a guy, and the dinosaurs roamed wild in the streets. Once you get in the $200 to $300 price range for microphones, you're getting really high quality mics that sound great. I mean, yes, you could go out and get something like the little guy I have right here, the Lauten LS208, or you could go out and buy yourself that Neumann TLM103 if you really want to, but most clients will never know the difference. As long as you can send them a really good quality recording, they will probably be very, very happy, no matter what type of microphone you used. There are the rare occasions where the client may require you to be on camera for some sort of voiceover session where they want to work with you and direct you through it. And if that client says, hey, we need you to have this specific microphone and you're going to be on camera, then you're going to need to have that microphone. If you're not on camera, they are never going to know what microphone you used, and as long as your recording sounds good, they will be very happy. Now, you've probably heard a lot of people say that the room you're recording in is actually more important than the microphone, and that's somewhat true. You have to have a nice quiet room where there's no background noise, and you want to have a sound treatment. If there's a bunch of reverb coming back into the microphone, your voice acting audition will be thrown out. So having a good quality room to record in that's quiet and echo free or reverb free is the #1 priority. After you can accomplish that, then go out and get yourself a decent microphone. I mean, there's probably a few microphones in the $100 price range that'll work just fine. But once you get to the $200 to $300 price range, that's where you start getting really nice sounding microphones that are very professional quality. So what it really boils down to is recording in a good quality room that doesn't have a bunch of reverb or noises, and go out and spend $200 or $300 on a nice microphone setup. Or, if you really want to get a nicer microphone, go for it. I mean, you can get something like the Lauten LS208, which is amazing, or you could go with something like that Neumann, but it's up to you how much money you actually want to spend, but you don't necessarily have to have a really expensive microphone to be a professional voice actor. If you start getting gigs and the money starts rolling in, that's when you might want to start looking into more expensive and higher end microphones. Or if you're, if you can afford it and you're just like, hey, I want this microphone, then sure, go ahead and grab that. But you don't necessarily have to have the best of the best or a $1,200 microphone. You can easily start off with a TechZone Audio Stellar X2 or a Rode NT1. Let's go ahead and switch over to a much more expensive microphone just so you guys can hear that there is a difference, but it's probably not as big as you think it's going to be. This is definitely cleaner. It's definitely clearer. If you're listening on a really good set of monitors or headphones, you're probably going to tell a significant but not a gigantic difference. Now, if you're listening on some cheap headphones or your phone speaker or something, you're never going to be able to tell the difference between the two microphones. But this is the Lauten LS208. I think it's probably one of the best microphones ever made, especially for somebody who's a voice actor. Let's just say you don't have a soundproofed room. This is a condenser mic with a less sensitive capsule, meaning it's rejecting background noise like a dynamic mic does. So you got the condenser microphone sound, but noise rejection of a dynamic mic. So if you're not in a soundproofed room, this may be something to look at. I mean, $600 in the world of microphones is affordable if you're trying to do professional work. If you drop down this video's description, you'll find some Amazon links for some really awesome audio video gear, some microphones, some Waves plugins to edit your audio, and all kinds of good stuff. Let's go ahead and end this video with some cheesy voice acting. Down at Grandpa Garbanzo's Cheese Barn, we have the cheesiest cheeses of them all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay cheesy, my friends. Stay cheesy.